All right, what's up, my brother? So I got a request, a sponsored video here from a guy that got back together with his ex-girlfriend after she dumped him, but he's having second thoughts. So let's get right into this. He says, so back in August, this woman who's 25 years old left me for another man after she and I dated for what he said 2 great years. We planned to move to a new state together. She accepted a job. I put in my notice at work, and I whittled down my belongings. She had left about 1 month before me. This is already going downhill fast. We talked every other day, multiple times per day. I packed my truck and I'm driving across the US. Second day into my drive, she calls me and tells me she met somebody else. So that was the end of it. I was a mess, didn't know what to do, wandered around the US for 3 months, sleeping in my truck, staying with friends, family, and I decided, F her, I'm still moving to that town. All right, I got a lot for this one. I am the one that wanted to move there for the past 6 years, so I moved there. A month after being there, I bump into her and her new man in a parking lot. I drive away after making eye contact. She chases me down, claims she knew I was in town because she saw my truck, also claimed things were over with the guy who was in her car as we talked for nearly 45 minutes while the other guy sat in her car waiting. We ended up meeting for a beer, started hanging out more. She told me how much she regretted it all, blah, blah, blah. He actually says blah, blah, blah. He says, we've been back together for almost 4 months now. I'm really happy with her. She is my best friend. I really feel like she is sorry for what she did. I just can't seem to shake the fact that she left me for a guy to have some fun, had a 3-month fling, and now I'm just okay with it. Sometimes thoughts just eat me and I feel like an idiot for giving her another chance. Other times I dream about our future together and how happy we are. I'm really not sure what to do. Maybe a break, maybe talk to her about it. I haven't thought about it over a month now. What's your advice? All right, well, first let's define what happened there. Well, what happened there was we're dealing with a guy who basically simped for a chick, got dumped for an alpha, and she regretted it. She saw the grass wasn't greener on the other side of the fence. Maybe she gave her what she wanted as far as, the attention, the validation, the hot monkey sex, if you will. But at the end of the day, it didn't float her boat. And this guy who drove all the way across the country to go live in a place that his girlfriend moved a month in advance of him because they were going to move there together. This guy, what can I say? He's definitely not in a good position. So what happened there is she basically dumped beta bucks for alpha Fs. Okay, she dumped the good, reliable, we're best friends. She regretted it, blah blah blah, because when she got her guts rearranged, she said, okay, that's enough. I see my old guy, my reliable guy, the good guy back in town, in the new town even. He drove all the way across the country to be with her in the new town. I want him back. Well, the problem with all this, what it boils down to, is she's not your first choice. Chapter 3 of my book, I talk about genuine burning desire and why it matters. It's incredibly important, guys. When you completely look past the notion that genuine burning desire is important, you end up in scenarios like this. You end up being her second pick. Basically, the reason why she left you, bro, is because she had genuine desire for this other guy, whatever state it was that, she ended up moving to and dumping you for. Not even a month. Not even a month. While you're en route, quit your job, pack your shit to drive across the country. You've been with this girl for what you said were 2 great years, and here you are in a position where you're like getting a phone call on a road trip. Yeah, hey Rich. Yeah, what's up, babe? I'm sorry, we're gonna have to call it quits because I met somebody else while I was out here waiting for you to move all of our shit after you quit your job to move to the state. And he's like, goes there anyway. And then he ends up getting back into a relationship with her. And the reason why his gut doesn't sit right, the reason why his stomach is upside down about all of this, because deep inside he knows that he's not her first choice. All that you're my best friend stuff, let me tell you something. All the best relationships that you're ever going to have with a woman where she's in your frame and she complements your life and she's wonderful and, you know, everything in the bedroom's amazing and all that stuff, and, you know, she doesn't say no to anything, she's all about you. Anytime you have a great relationship with a woman, it's because you're her first choice. Plain and simple. It's never the best friend scenario. The people that claim that they're best friends with their partner, their spouse, their wife, whatever it is you want to call it, they generally don't have that very high level of attraction, the genuine burning desire that I talk about. See, it's been said often that sex is a glue that holds a relationship together. And I believe that's true. I believe that that intimacy part, that strong desire for it, is what ends up confirming that you're her first choice. One of the things you'll notice about older couples, and I've seen this on discussion boards and forums where these guys are just like, yeah, I'm in my 40s, I have sex twice a month, and then there's other people that chime in and they're like, oh, well, you're lucky you're even having sex. I haven't had sex in 5 years, you know, or some other form of that content where there's some lyrics sung out loud and clear that basically nobody's getting laid, but they're best friends. See, best friends, not genuinely having genuine burning desire, it's very, very rare. I'm not going to say it's impossible. What I'm going to say, it's very, very rare that you're going to have an amazing sexual connection, great intimacy with a woman, and you're also going to be best friends. Incredibly rare. If you ever trip into something like that, consider yourself a unicorn for that period of time. Remember, she's not yours, it's just your turn, you know, as the old saying goes. But again, guys, the point that I'm making here is the reason why guys like this have that resentment and that uneasy feeling is because it's just their intuition. It's talking to them. It's basically saying, dude, you screwed up. You shouldn't be here right now. You're better off being somewhere else. Not here. Go do it. And that uneasiness, that unsettled feeling, if he chooses to stay, which I do not recommend, by the way, if you want my advice on this, it's get the hell out. Only deal with women you have genuine burning desire for you. Get my book. It's pinned in the top comment, The Unplugged Alpha. It's a fantastic read. If you've read it, make sure you leave a review on Amazon. Don't ever mess with women that don't have genuine desire for you. If it's negotiated, if she dumps you and goes and bangs somebody else and then wants to get back together with you, you'll notice that this happens a lot as women get older too. As they get past, you know, their epiphany phase in their late 20s and they get into 30s, that's when they'll start to like get into their phone and they'll start scrolling or going through their contacts and wondering if, you know, Jeff or Steve or somebody is still available from their past that used to pine for them, that they ended up dumping to fly halfway around the world or travel to the next state to go have some fun for a few months until they get bored or until they get dumped by that guy, and then they have to move on and accept reality. Because women don't generally marry their best or settle down with their best. They settle down with you know, the guy that they can get at that time. So my advice to guys is don't mess with women that don't have genuine burning desire. Don't expect to be best friends with a chick. It's exceptionally rare. I don't think that you should try to pursue it, you know, for being honest. I mean, I think that that polarity, you know, between a man and a woman is good. A woman's a compliment to a man's life. A man can be a great compliment to a woman's life. All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't go trying to cram it all into one place and expect, you know, she's got to be my best friend, and she's got to be a great mother, and she's got to. It's like, you know, pick a few of the important ones that matter. Like, she's got a low notch count, she's not promiscuous, she has genuine burning desire for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna get into an LTR with a chick, this guy, he just got into the wrong chick. And what potentially happens to guys like this is they end up pulling the same shit again in the future. Only in the future, it might be 7 years down the road, they've got their 2 kids and a dog and a white picket fence and a station wagon, and she one day announces that she loves him, but she's not in love with him, and that she married her best friend, and that she needs to go find herself. And then off she goes to get her guts rearranged from Kevin's from sales, maybe Steve from accounting, or Tyrone the pool boy, who knows. But this is generally what happens later on down the road. So this is why I advise these guys in situations like this, walk. Actually, don't even walk, run. Run, Forrest, run. From that day forward, I was running. Move those legs and run your feet forward and get the fuck out of there would be my advice. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up on that note. What would you guys have to say to this gentleman here? Leave a comment below. Smash the like button. And again, pinned in the top comment, there's a bunch of useful links for my book, my community, booking coaching. If you want to request a video like this, you can do all of that there. See you guys later. Peace out.